Hello. Wow, this weather, it is absolutely no joke. You can see the time there when they showed the weather, 11:50. Here you can see that coming up on lunchtime, noon. It is 44 degrees outside. With a slight wind. They show here about 6 miles an hour. Um, I've got a track today, so the cold is not what I want to deal with. That's I don't do the cold. But this is comparable. I won't complain about it because up north people are dealing with snow, which is probably the worst April Fool's joke that Mother Nature could pull. Hello to you. I am certainly glad this morning not to be living up north or anywhere up north at all. I'm thankful to live in southern states, in the geographical aspect, because I do not like the cold. It is absolutely not cool, and that's why I wanted to post this morning, because I will be getting out today. I have track practice, so I will be doing that today. Hello to everybody. I hope that all of you had a good Easter this afternoon. I had a good Easter on Sunday and all, so that I'm glad the weather didn't ruin Easter. That's a good thing, because a lot of people were outside barbecuing and having a good time and celebrating Easter after church and whatnot. Easter is the reason. God is the reason for Easter, and so a lot of people celebrated that. I see you. Thumbs up. Easter is certainly one of those times that Christians celebrate. Christmas is a big thing also, but this temperature, I would say, was a big wake up for real. I actually went to bed. I had the windows open. You're up high up here, so but I had the windows open and I was like, wow, woke up cold, freezing, cold as hell. Woke up, had to shut all the windows. You know how it is. You go to sleep and it's 70 something degrees outside. That's what it was. It was 70 something degrees, and so when I went to sleep, that wasn't bad. But when I woke up, it was cold. It was in the 30s. The wind. It was cold, and I did not. Of course, I was watching some other games and whatnot. I didn't really watch the news, or else I probably would have left the windows shut. And then I'm having to cut the heat on today, which yesterday I didn't have to cut on anything. So the weather, it's comparable today. 44 degrees is not freezing, but it's not the weather that you would want when you have track later on today. I do hope that the weather does warm up around 5 o'clock today, so that'll be a good thing. So they're projecting it to be at least about 60 degrees, and so that's a lot better for me, and I'll take that any day than living up north dealing with heart attack snow is what I call it. I don't know what you want to call it. People literally die trying to shovel snow. That's that I don't know how often that happens or whatever, but that's what somebody told me who lived up north and said that they hated it because the weather was not fun, and if it was too bad, some people, their roofs collapsed because of snow and stuff like that. So I don't want to deal with that. I know that I complain about the cold because it's the only season I don't like, and I say that all the time, even though I was born in the worst month of all, February, where it's so cold. It's geographically the coldest month. But other than that, man, it is going to be a great day. It is really overcast and cloudy right now. But other than that, it is great. And I hope all of you had a great Easter. I hope all of you guys were also able to watch some of the tournaments and basketball tournaments, female tournaments too. Notre Dame, man, a lot of people did not think they would get it done. Homegirl, she shot that ball, man, twice, man, and made a shot, man. I like watching the women's championship stuff, but during the year, sometimes I don't really watch it because I don't know, it's just not the same. But I do like watching the championship stuff, and the women, they did good. They represented it, played overtime games. I watched those, and everybody did well. So shout out to all of the women who participated in the basketball tournament. They did well. Also to the guys, they tournament that's tonight. Michigan, they are no joke. But I think Villanova, they could win it all. So they got good shooting. I like watching basketball or really any kind of sports. But Villanova, they're no joke. I'm sure most people, if you picked folks, your brackets aren't in order. Neither, neither was mine. I like to just kind of pick different teams and whatnot. But Villanova, though, they look really, really good when they shoot the ball. So that's not a bad thing that they got going. So Michigan and Villanova, they play tonight, so that'll be fun. The NBA also looks good with the way they look, but Houston, they still hold the seed that they've got, number one, but they lost lost to San Antonio. It was one of their lowest scoring games. They lost that game, and some say that Houston should have won that game. But I always feel like when you got Mr. Popovich, the coach, and he's like the Bill Belichick of basketball. That's the reference that most people make for him. And so it is absolutely fun, the tournaments and everything like that. Don't let the weather stop you. Tomorrow it's going to be 75 degrees. You're going to be able to get out and have fun, go swimming, do whatever you want to. That's why I like living in Texas. I always said this: Texas would be the best state in the entire United States if they legalized marijuana, because you can't compete with location. And Texas has got the best geographical location, I think, in America. That's my opinion, because you can get anywhere, north, south, east, and west, man. You can get anywhere on any highway out here and get where you need to go. And there's space, man, to get a house out here. It's good out here. It's fun. The tournaments out here, it's a blast. So it's fun. The draft is coming out here, bigger and better than it's ever been. So, Texas has got a lot to offer. The only scraggling thing that's, lacking them is legalization of marijuana. If they get that going, Texas would surpass itself even in oil production, meaning that marijuana would outpace that. So I like to talk about a lot of stuff, but that's the only thing that Texas lacks as far as the legalization of something. So that's my opinion, with that kind of stuff. But other than that, these temperatures today, though, they're kind of different. And, compared to the 80 degrees and sunshine in a couple of days ago, this is definitely a big drop here. In some cases, this is a big drop to wake up to, and it's 12 o'clock lunchtime, and it's cold like that. You don't want to eat outside when it's cold like this. So I hope that all of y'all have a good rest of your day, and all of the folks that follow me on Facebook. I know that sometimes I talk about a lot of different subjects and stuff like that. I'm not going to spend all day talking about the weather, but I want to talk about something different, and I think I try to use Facebook and other platforms to talk about broad perspectives. Some things, I talk about all subjects, from Republican subjects to Democratic subjects. It just doesn't matter to me. I think when you have a broad perspective in life, and you got to do that if you travel, then you have a better perspective in life, and you're not just stuck in some bubble, I guess, when you travel. That's what I get, because when you stick yourself in a bubble and you don't allow for expansion or being open-minded, that can also be a problem. And I've talked about a lot of that stuff, and that people must find ways to understand each other. I was listening to a service where a guy said, we mixed the two congregations. This one guy had a predominantly black church, and this other guy had a predominantly white church, and in between. So they mixed the congregations on Easter, and they said it was great. And so, in my opinion, whether you're a Christian or not, it goes to show, man, in life, treat people how you want to be treated, and life will give you abundance back. That's what I tell people. Don't matter if you're rich or poor, man. You treat people how you want to be treated, and I promise you that life will give you back a lot. And so, or at least the people that you treat right will treat you right. And that's what I mean by that. And, I try to have a perspective in my life about various subjects, and I don't just talk about one thing. Being open-minded is the right thing. That's what I try to do. I know that a couple of days ago, a lady, of course, got upset at me because she felt that I don't know if she was thinking I was only talking about Republicans. I don't know what she is, a Democrat or Republican, but she essentially chewed me out for talking to other people, or people who are not like me, or whatever, however you want to put it. Again, that's not what God calls you to do. God calls you to talk to people who are different. God never said to stay in a bubble. God never said to stay in church. None of that stuff. Go outside the church and talk to people who, who aren't a part of it, or or an example. Those are the examples that I can give as far as treating people and talking to people that are different. For example, if you're a Christian and talk to somebody else that's a different religion, that's an example. Or if you black, talk to somebody that's white. Whatever example you want to use to fill in the blank, at least that's what I try to do, and talk to all people. Don't matter the color of your skin, white, black, or woman, boy or girl, it don't matter to me. My grandmother always raised me to treat people the way that I want to be treated, and she talked to black, white, it didn't matter. And so that's something that I learned from my grandmother, which is no longer here. But old people know what they're talking about, and if people don't like the way I do stuff, some things are kind of old school like, but that's fine. But I also like new school stuff, and I also talk about new school stuff. And that's fine too. But if you can make both of them work, then that's great. And in my life, for example, I dress, in my situation, I dress very, very masculine, but, most people would expect, because the way I dress is an example, that they would expect me to like women. I don't. I only like dudes. So the way that society judges people, man, I'm doing good. And you? Did y'all ever get, I know you mentioned, sir, about your, a power went out or something last night, so, somebody, their power went out last night, so I'm hoping that got fixed, or they figured out what happened or why. But, the way I dress, is different from what most people would expect, or I had a lady tell me that the way I dress is strange, or whatever, and to you it might be strange. But I'm never going to change the way I dress or live or act for any man, woman, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And no one else should either. If you like the way you dress, then dress the way you dress. It's America. This is America. As long as you got money to buy something, the people that sell the merchandise, they don't care. So why should society? So that's the way, and that's the reason. That's why I live my life. And I tell, glad to have a man in my life, because ultimately, at the end of the day, I can still show ladies that, you can still be masculine and have a man. There's nothing wrong with that. If there are males out there that don't like the way you dress, then just keep it moving. That's how I feel. Find a male that won't judge you for stuff like that, and then you'll have an abundance of life, because you don't have to worry about somebody telling you, oh, that's wrong. Nope, can't tell me that, because I'm a female and he's a man. Can't tell me none of that stuff. Can't tell me nothing. So that is why I tell people, man, don't worry about somebody else. And even if somebody else is different or choose to like who they like, that ain't your business. Stay out of their business. And so that's why I deleted that woman again off my page. And anybody else that has that kind of mindset, I don't want to hear that kind of stuff. I don't want to hear negativity. Why you just like that? You know what I'm saying? I just don't. And so I think in my life, I just try to have a broad perspective, because when you have a broad perspective, you're not so one-sided in life. So, and the weather, like I say, again, the weather has a broad perspective, I guess, too. It's hot one day and freezing the other day. So that's what it is in Texas. And that's how it is right now. About 44 degrees still right now, and hasn't really budged very much. But again, that's certainly better than dealing with snow. So I hope that everybody, that you are able to have a good afternoon again, and not let this weather affect you. I will be getting ready this summer. I cannot wait. Closer and closer to national games, so that will be fun for me. Hello to you. I see you there. I will be getting ready for national games. It will be so much fun. For Special Olympics Texas, and also to the people who want to be negative to me because I choose to participate in Special Olympics, they can go to hell, because someday there will be somebody on some TV show somewhere that will say, hey, can you come tell your story? Sure. Because you don't know what God has in store for me. No one knows that. You don't know how much money somebody would obtain. You don't know any of that. So all these people that make fun of me because I choose to participate in Special Olympics, got news for you. You can participate in Special Olympics till you're 100. So for all those who make fun of me, get off of my ass about participating in Special Olympics. the one guy who made fun of me on Instagram, I deleted him too. I posted his comments. He said on his comment that he hated me for no reason. Okay, that's fine. Then you can hate me. Speak your mind and from your heart. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about today. I think that, you know, I know the first subject was about the weather, but we got that understood. This second subject is about, you know, how people treat folks. And in Special Olympics, you know, they don't tolerate that. But society, you know, they want to judge people. And when folks fire back, or when somebody, you know, says something, oh my God, I didn't think you talked like that, or oh, I didn't know you had the knowledge, then too bad, because I am no fool and I'm not stupid just because I'm in Special Olympics, or because I can't read as fast or articulate something the way that someone wants it to be, whether that's politically correct, I can do that too, or, you know, keep it real, I can do that too. So it's just whatever setting I need to be, I can do that too. But one thing I'm not going to allow is for people to judge me or make fun of me simply because I choose to participate in Special Olympics, which once again, you can participate with them until you're 100 years old by the rules. So people can leave me alone. The very people who want to sit here and make fun of me are probably not in shape themselves. You know, all these overweight people, you want to sit up here and make fun of me? Okay. Like the dude on Instagram, he wanted to make fun of me. Okay, I can make fun of him too. I'm no longer, and I said this at the beginning of the year, I am not going to let people use bigotry and hatred toward me. Let them hate because they are cheerleader. Okay. And if they hate you, must be doing something right. Somebody said if they hate me, I must be doing something right. The only thing I'm doing right, man, is trying to stay out of trouble, live my life on the straightest path that you can. A straight line is a straight line, and if you can live your life like that, then it's the easiest life on earth. Say that again. A straight line is a straight line, and if you live your life like that, it is the easiest on earth to live. Just simple. That's it. You live simple, you really don't have very many problems. That's what it is, and that's how I try to live my life, man. And I try to stay out of people's business. Number one, I don't be asking people what they do and do, and I don't ask people that stuff. You know, I got best friends and people that come over here. I don't be in their business like that. Who is that? I don't do that stuff. You know, but with my life, I feel that sometimes I'm excoriated, for one, for the way I dress, for having a man, and I'm masculine. Society don't go with that. I don't really care. I don't care. Because society also allows those who are gay to get married. So why can't I get married to a male just because I'm masculine? Not trying to hear that. Secondly, it says, miss you, friend. I miss y'all too. I miss folks too. And I get on here and talk about subjects. I'm not on Facebook Live all the time because I'm busy and stuff like that. Like today, I will have practice, so I'll be getting ready for that in a couple of hours. That's later on today. I'll be probably eating me something here after this, and then I'll take me a nap so I can be rested for today's practice. Let's see. It says, I like the way. Okay, it says, I like how you are so straightforward. Yes, being straightforward. This is the way it works. Being straightforward is being truthful, and that's just what it is. And sometimes people don't like the truth, but if you speak the truth and you tell people you're not going to tolerate X, Y, and Z, there's nothing wrong with that on your page. You don't have to tolerate people who are going to be mean to you. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, purple, brown, it doesn't matter. If you're mean to me, I'm deleting people because I don't want to deal with negativity. You know, God never intended for people to deal with pain and anger and none of that. People say, well, I was listening to a service, dude said, well, he said, ask the pastor a question. It was legitimate. He said, if there's really a God, how come we have all these problems? Repeat that again. Man replied in the service and said, how come we have all these problems if God really exists? The reason we have all these problems, the only way that my grandmother explained it to me is 100% like this. God gave everybody a choice. God also gave you a choice not to believe in him if you don't want to. That's also a choice. There's nowhere in the Bible that God says, I'm going to force you to believe in me. Doesn't say that anywhere in the Bible. Now, man might have created rules and all this and all that. That ain't what God said. God ain't never forced any man to believe in him. God has not. Society and stuff like that may, but in America, you got a choice. And so, my thing about this stuff is when people make fun of people and things like that, it can be sad. Yes, and free will. There you go. Free will means that if you got a brain up there and you're not an animal, we talking about people, and you got a free will, then that means you can reason for yourself. That is what that is. And if you can reason for yourself, then you know what's right and wrong, hopefully. But for those who can't reason for themselves, that's a whole nother story some other time, because those people may have serious issues. But for people who can reason for themselves, God gave you free will, or anybody. Okay, so that is the reason that I think we have a lot of the problems in our societies, because of choices. God don't, all these people that say, oh, I don't believe in God, or you don't have to. God never said God will move on with or without you. He never said, oh my God, I need everybody. There is a choice. God didn't say he was going to strike you over the head with lightning. God didn't say he was going to make your house collapse because you didn't believe none of that stuff. God said there is a choice. God is not making you believe in him. Like I told one guy one time that, white guy, he said, well, I just don't know. I just can't really believe in no God at all that I can't see, man. And I just don't really know what to do. Okay, that's fine. If and I told the gentleman, if you don't believe in God, then that's a choice. But you can't make people believe in God that don't want to. Just like, you can't make animals eat the feed or drink the water. You can't make people and animals do nothing, okay, that they don't want to do. Even if you beat somebody, eventually they're going to go back to doing what they used to. So that's just what it is in some cases. You can't beat people and make people do stuff. You just can't do that. And neither should religion. And so those are things I talk about too. That's another subject for some other time. Religion does have its place too. But the biggest thing I talk about on here now is bullying and folks making fun of others. And that is what that is about. And everybody has a choice in how they live their life and how they treat somebody. And my grandmother once told me, man, if you can't say nothing good at all, then shut the hell up. That's just what it is. And I kind of like my grandmother's mindset, so I roll with that. I ain't gonna let people treat me like crap. I'm not. I've deleted people on Facebook because I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not going to be on here boohooing and crying about how somebody treats me on here when you're a person I probably will never meet in my life. I will probably never meet someone, never. Probably won't. So, you respect somebody, you treat them how they want to be treated. That works for everybody. For everybody. Doesn't matter if you're religious or not. It works for every single person to treat people how you want to be treated and stop bullying people. You also hear about these places being shut down. What do you call these sororities being shut down because they bully and make fun of people and even kill people? I don't have time to go to college because I ain't trying to end up in jail. I don't need somebody trying to bully me because I can't do the work fast enough or whatever. I don't need that. So I'm thankful with my life that I don't have to get up and go to no school. Thank God. Okay? Because college is not the real world. Sorry to tell you, but it ain't. Because with the real world, you got court systems and lawsuits and the police. In college, I ain't go tell the professor. What? When I know colleges, they really ain't gonna do nothing. If something happens to you. Nope, not me. I made a decision a long time ago. I ain't going to college. Because I dealt with being picked on so bad in school that I didn't want to go back no more. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with a lot in my life. And I listened to this white guy. He was on TV talking about how the mayor of a town bullied him so bad in school and made his face bleed when they was in school. He put his face into a urinal. The dude explained. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You don't do that stuff to people. I'm never going to let somebody do that to me. And I thank God when I was in school, I never had somebody physically put their hands on me like that. I guess for one, I was strong and I lifted weights. I'm actually was in my yearbook for that. People left me alone, you know, especially in the 9th grade, because they leave you alone when you play male sports like football. Women generally leave you the hell alone. And in some perspectives in my life, I do not like hanging around women because a lot of them are very mean to me. And a lot of people chew me out for that and say, you hate women? No, back that up. I don't hate women. I hate what they do. So I'll repeat that again. I don't hate females. I just hate what the hell they do. A lot of them are mean, stand around, talk about you, all that. I don't want to, you know, dudes, I don't have that problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't have dudes, you know, oh my God, your shoes. Oh my God. No. Dudes don't do that. Dudes might say, hey, homie, I'm wear that. I like that. Not ladies. Not a lot of ladies. Oh my God, why you wear that? Oh my God, those are men's clothes. Oh my God, girl, what are you going to do? Why are you going to wear that? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for that. So that is why, you know, I got a couple of ladies that are friends and stuff, and they cool. But other than that, and they're older than me. But other than that, I don't hang around women that are the same age as me. I just cannot deal with that. A lot of women are mean to me. Now, if women treat me fair and you somebody that ain't treating me like crap, then I'll hang around you. But the minute a person treat me like crap, I don't got time for it. I remember I was at an event one time and I just walked out because I don't need ladies laughing at me. I don't need that because I don't have to spend my money at no place where I'm not treated fairly. Or that I'm, you know, none of that. None of that. I don't care what it is. None of that. Bank of America. They were, somebody had an article about Bank of America and how they treat people and how all these banks and how all these people treat folks. If you can't treat people the way they want to be treated and you lie to them, then your business will never succeed. It might succeed for a century. It might succeed for whatever. 50 years. I don't know. But eventually, when stuff comes out, your business starts to crumble. And I do not, same thing with Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Chase. I do not bank at those places and will never. Because Bank of America, there was an article about them, about racism. Wells Fargo Bank, they lied about opening accounts in people's names. And my name ended up on one of those lists. Yeah. And that's a problem. I don't deal with Chase Bank at all. None of the 3 banks, because the way I'm treated, I don't want to go to places and spend money I know I'm not going to be treated right or I'm judged. That's what I'm talking about today. And because the way I live my life, sometimes people do judge me. And everybody gets judged, and that's just called society, and that's called life. You know what I'm saying? People say, well, do you regret going to college or not going? No, I don't want to go. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy. I have a place to stay, a roof over my head, a man. All that's all right for me. Okay? I ain't going to complain. I get to live the best life on earth. Get to dress masculine and have a man. Can't ask for nothing better than that. And I asked God for that type of life, and I got it. Bam! When you don't lie to a man, then you know what I'm saying, you tell a man, lady, straight up, hey man, this is what you get. What you see is what you get. And when you tell people that gives them choices. You are in my book. Thank you so much. Someone says I'm in their book. I tell you what, that's be a good thing, I guess. But I tell you what, I try to talk about different subjects and things like that. So lunch is here. I'm going to be getting off here shortly, but I tell you what, you must live life and be joyful as best you can, even if you're not rich, and even if you're poor, or what society considers poor, making below what the government says, whatever that is. But in a lot of countries, $45,000 is not poor. So I don't know. But we all have to live somehow and find happiness in something, even if it's something basic. Whether that is going for a walk, that's pretty basic. But if you find a way to be happy and healthy at the same time, then you got it going on. So that's what I try to do in my life, is live life happy every day. What you see on Facebook with me smiling, that's how I am every day. I don't have a reason to be down or upset or angry. The things I asked for in my life, I got them. I asked God for a place to stay. Got it. Boom. I asked God for a man. Found that. Well, I say found because it's difficult, you know, when you dress like me. So found a man. Got that. Bam. Ask God, could I be healthy? And, you know, I want to be healthy because I don't got a car. So I need my body to work. Boom. Got that. So everything that I asked for, I got it. If I get a car, great. I'm not driving it, but someone else can drive it as far as taking me where I need to go. I ain't driving in Dallas Fort Worth. So that's why I ride the bus. That's why I ride the bus, man, because I just don't want to drive out here. People drive like crap. No. No. They run into the back of a bus. That's on them. But I ride the bus because I can also eat on there without having to worry about driving a car at the same time. So that's why I like riding. Let somebody else do that, man. Let somebody else drive. Not my cup of tea. I don't like driving and I don't like cooking. Not doing those things. Not my deal. But I certainly appreciate everybody and all of you listening to me. I am going to get off of here and eat. Another thing I can't believe is the influenza teen. I'll repeat that again. He just got out of Tarrant County Jail. He killed 4 people in a drunk driving accident a couple of years ago, and he just got out of Tarrant County Jail, and he hit and killed 4 people. He went on the run with his mom in Mexico, and he, you know, went on the run with her or whatever, and they did 2 years. He did 2 years in prison, and then his mom, she's back in there because she can't get it together. So I don't know. When you have money, you know, it shouldn't absolve you, of stuff. So, of following the law, whatever it is. I don't know. But the influenza joke, I never heard that in my life. You know, I don't know what the hell anymore. I don't know what to say anymore. It's just crazy. God bless all of y'all. I know that around the corner they'll be having that marijuana march coming up. So then we'll see where all that goes. I really appreciate everybody. And God bless all of y'all who continue to listen to me on this. One gentleman told me that I should be on the radio sometime. Someone told me that that wasn't possible unless I had a college education. I don't know what's possible nowadays, but that's one thing I don't have, and I don't want to go to college. Don't want to. Don't have no desire to be chewed on, picked out, or screamed at by some professor. Don't got no time for that. So I'm happy with my life, but for those who choose to go to school and deal with that crap, good luck. I don't want to deal with that. I'm happy with my life and thankful for what money I got, and gonna roll with what God blessed me with. So I'm happy for everybody. I hope y'all have a good rest of this spring and moving into summer. God bless all of you guys.